Hello, I'm Iman Kianian. I'm here to explain what I have done during my master's degree, what is my research focus, what was my research focus during my master's, and also I want to describe what I have done, especially describe the model that I architected. First of all, I want to explain what was the problem, and after that, I want to mention the challenges that we faced and also the solutions that we actually taken into account. First of all, starting with the problem, definition of the problem. Brain estimation is actually estimating the chronological age of a person based on his or her MRI voxel brain tissue, and because of that, we can be able to predict the chronological age based on his or her brain. It is really informative and helpful because we can diagnose some uh, serious problems like Alzheimer's disease and other disorders in early stages. So this tool can be really helpful for us, especially the medical society. There were a lot of challenges. All the things that I mentioned here. All of them are in the stage of modeling. First of all is the dimensionality of 2D MRI voxel. As you may know, MRI voxels has fMRI voxels have three dimensions, and because of that, they are too complex to model. So there are too many limitations in modeling of them. Besides of that, we worked with a small dataset, one of the smallest datasets in the world. So it was really challenging to deal with the problem of working with 3D MR dataset beside of a small dataset. So especially you need to have a specific, actually normal, maybe big data sets to train your model, especially the deep models. And one of the problems that we had was a small data set. I will explain what was our data set and the characteristic of it. Besides of that, we had one other problem, and it was related to the problem with the label of images. Just imagine that some doctors, some GPs, or maybe some specialists label the MRI voxels wrong way. So all the things, all the problem all together, for example, a small data set dimensionality, and also problems with labels can make you confused and also make it hard to model, to generalize. And the solution that we approached, that we considered, first of all, we tried to use lightweight models. There are a lot of problems with training a deep model with these small datasets, and that's 3D dimensions. The first aim of using lightweight models was to solve the problem and having a bias variance trade-off. And beside of that, we try to test some augmentation approach to oversample our data set and make it more, I don't know, more feasible to train a data set, a model from scratch. So augmentation was really crucial in our study. And beside of that, because we didn't have enough 3D pre-trained models and also we had limited data set, we forced to use 2D models. And because of that, we model each slice instead of all the voxel. Okay, uh, one MRI voxel contains a lot of slices from three planes, axial, coronal, sagittal. We use these slices to modeling, okay, not whole voxel. to make our model simplify and also have the opportunity of using deep models to gather abstract features. First of all, I want to describe the dataset and characteristic of it. As you can see in this slide, we used a dataset conducted by the Tehran Medical University, one of the professors, and the dataset contains 289 subjects, which is really small. As I will show you, all the studies use more than 500 models, or maybe more than thousands of samples to train their model. And because of that, our dataset is really small. Training a model is really, in the first sight, is really hard or infeasible. It's not feasible. Uh, to be to be actually more normal to it normal, we divide our dataset into training set and validation set with the ratio of 80 by 20. And because of that, 231 samples, we used 239 samples for training and 58 samples for validation. This is the whole architecture of our proposed model in my master's degree, my master's thesis. I will explain all the things for you, but you should consider that there are three black boxes here. First of all, global stream, second, local stream, and third, age correction network. I'll explain all of them by detail, but in the first stage, I want to explain the whole architecture. Okay, let's go through the explaining all the things that we have here. First of all, I want to mention that we have two pathways, we have two streams in the whole. The first stream for the global feature extraction and also prediction, and the second one is for local ones. In the global stream, firstly gather some slices from three planes, axial, coronal, sagittal, from the voxel that we have, and we fit our model with these slices. For each of the slices, we predict one age as the predicted age. So for each voxel, we have multiple predictions from global stream because we have multiple slices. Okay, and we apply. Actually, as a result of the global stream, we have a list of prediction of ages, and we concat this vector of predicted ages with the result of the local stream. As the input of the local stream, we input a model with local patches from the slices that are really informative. What I mean by informative, they are more influenced by the aging. For example, as as is shown in the studies, uh, the most actually influenced part of the brain, one of the most important ones is hippocampus, or maybe frontal lobe, or maybe the other parts. We use these local patches to model to predict the ages. So we have a lot of local patches per person per MRI voxel, and because of that we have also a list of prediction here as a result of local stream. We concat the result of the global stream and the local stream, and after that apply a selection based on the Pearson correlation. We try to find which of these parts are really more informative. For example, in the slice of 35 of the local part of hippocampus is really informative, and the prediction based on this part is really uh, actually related to the output that we have through output. And we input this list of predicted ages, actually correlated predicted ages, to the age correction network. And as a reference, age correction network gets the original patches, original slices, original 2D slices of the brain, and it's really similar to the global stream, but with the difference that we have some help. We have a predicted ages, correlated predicted ages, and this age correction network help the output of these two models, global stream and local stream, to improve the results. So the work of age correction network is here, as I explained. And right now I want to explain what we have in the local stream. As I said before, local stream, the previous slide is the global black box, and I will explain here. We use three pathways. First of each of them for one plane. For example, we have one of them for axial pathway, coronal and sagittal. Okay, so we have three pathways for the local part, for the local string. All of them are really similar, uh, with the difference that the input that we use for fully connected head. In each part, we input gender, slice number, and patch type. Because we are gathering our local parts from different slices, we input the slice number. Okay, and beside of that, we input the patch type. Patch type is indicating is the encode of which part of the brain we are using. For example, we encode the hippocampus, left hippocampus as 1 or right hippocampus as 2. So we input these encoded patches to make to help the model distinguish between the part of the brain, different patches of brain, and try to make a connection between them. As you can see here, we are about more than 100 predictions for each pathway, and as a result, we have more than 400 predictions as a result of local stream. Here is the architecture of the global stream. It's really similar to the previous ones, but there are two differences. First of all is the input. We input the whole slice, not the patches. And beside of that, in the previous type, we use, let me show you, patch type as the input of fully connected head. Here we have plane type because we have just one string for all of the planes in the global string. We use plane type to indicate which plane we are using, axial, coronal, sagittal. So we have 1, 2, or 3. There are three options. And here is really similar to the global string is the age correction module. As you may see here, we use correlated predicted ages as an input of fully connected head to help the model help this age correction module to improve the results. And as a result of this age correction module, we have also another vector of predictions that we use some way to actually have one result as an output of the model that you can see here. Now I want to show you some results. As you can see in this table, I sorted all of the previous approach with the dataset size. As you can see, or studies the bottom of this table, just having 289 subjects, and our result was really outstanding with compared to the others nearby us. Even more than 1,000 of images. They actually gathered Minnesota Aurora 4, but with a small dataset that we had, we gathered 3.25 as Minnesota Aurora. Here is a result based on the other dataset to show the generalization power. As you can see in the dataset IXI is really familiar between the medical image society. I gathered the best result compared to the other previous studies. Here is another type of result. These two graphs are showing the result of our the performance of our model. You can see all the details here. And we published a paper in a neurocomputing journal based on this study, and I predict that we are able to continue our study and publish more papers in well-known journals or maybe conferences.